Welcome to TW Controls, where we help you become a better technician. And I have some great guests with me today. First, I have Michael Wilborne, who thinks he is the smartest person in the room. I have Amber Wilborne, who, if I don't say is the smartest person in the room, there could easily be consequences.
Indeed.
And I have the smartest person in the room, Miss Mary Bruce Clemens. How's everybody doing today?
Oh, effervescent.
Effervescent.
Always are using some big word that I got to look
I know,
up.
and then now we've got to Google it because I'm like, what does that even mean?
If it helps, I also have to Google them.
Ah, got you. That helps.
But yes, so we are here. Michael has challenged us. Michael believes he knows it all now and can figure everything out. Is that is that the statement you would make right now?
Yes, it would be.
Well, first, can you figure out why we got this letter from your school today? Nothing like being a parent and throwing your kid on the spot.
Do I read it out?
Well, I don't know. Is it good or is it bad?
Congratulations. Michael has been selected to the Mechatronics/Robotics program at Burton for Arts and Technology for the 2022 through 23 school year.
Congratulations. We are proud parents today. And Wendell is not with us, but Wendell also got accepted into Burton. So, and guys, this is something that is actually, this one's more for the grandparents. I think the parents get this. But just because someone's going into a trade or is going to trades at a high school doesn't mean that they're not going to college. Doesn't mean that their options are limited. In fact, you got more options now, man. I mean, you got some great options out there. And, that's it's just awesome.
So, Michael, tell me how it feels
To exist in general.
I think he's stunned by the congratulatory letter.
Yeah.
I feel really great about it. I feel like I took a lot of speaking in the interview, but what I said paid off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, very excited about it.
All right, very cool. Well, man, you were leading this show today, so I'm going to hand it over to you.
All right, hello everyone, I'm Michael. And today we're going to be playing Automation Jeopardy. In this game, we have our three contestants, Tim Wilborne, Mary Bruce, and Amber Wilborne. I think that they're great at what they do. So let's go ahead and start it off. First question is, what does PLC stand for?
Programmable Logic Controls.
Ah, she beat me to it.
All right,
When did I win?
Um,
A hug from you.
yeah.
Oh, we can't do that.
No.
Well, yeah, I want to take a moment to say hi to some of the people in the chat. Hey, George, glad you're with us. Chris Granger, great to see you as always. Alexander, hi. And Greggy, how you doing? And yes, he says congratulations, Michael.
Thank you. That's
Thank
so
you.
nice.
Yeah, it is nice. Alrighty. Next question. What is your favorite genre of music?
Don't everybody jump in at once here.
Mary Bruce.
Mary Bruce.
I like electronic music. Don't tell anybody.
Is that like music that you make from building control panels?
Yeah.
Or- Oh, very cool.
Yeah,
okay.
sounds.
Yeah, like the Transformer hum.
Yes.
Things like that.
Yeah.
I can
You
go with that.
Or
That's pretty good.
the switches, with
Yeah,
the
the
hum
click
and
of
the
the
switch
switch
and
or a
the fan.
contactor.
Yeah. Or in the fan when it's like, woo, and then when it revs up, that's
Yeah.
when the beat really drops, right?
Yeah.
Alright.
And then when you add in the chewing of Cheez-Its to that, while you're doing that stuff, it makes it even better.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
All right, so there you go, guys. Be looking forward to our electronic album from TW Controls coming out soon.
That would be amazing.
That would be amazing. What about you, Tim?
For me, it is, I like all types, but it's probably more of rock and roll to heavy metal. If I'm programming, it's going to be as fast paced as it can get. If I need to fall asleep, then maybe I'll slow down the pace a little bit. How about you, Amber?
I like jam bands.
Jam bands. Is that like grape jam? What type of jam?
Strawberry.
Strawberry jam.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Wrapped up in a band.
But yeah, we got a few more. Let me say hi to a few people in chat. I know I interrupted you, but we got Hank on. Good morning, Hank. And we got Chris. Oh, there you go. You got another congratulations there, Michael. Bobby Cole, good to see you. Dale Parker says good morning from Pennsylvania. And
Chris Granger. Drop it like it's hot, Tim. Well, when it gets hot, Chris, in our industry, oops. That's when the magic smoke starts happening.
That's very true. And speaking of heat, guys, we did not turn the heat off. Could somebody reach over there and turn the heat off?
Mary Bruce can, because she's the closest.
All right, Michael.
Alrighty, the next question is another acronym. But what does ENT stand for?
Ear, nose, and throat.
E-N-T?
Yes, ENT.
I know EMT, that's
Emergency
medical technician.
Yeah.
ENT, electrical.
Nonsense.
Elite Negatron training.
I will have to second Mary Bruce because I have no idea on this one. What is ENT?
ENT stands for Equipment Need Troubleshooting.
Ooh.
Wait a second. Where did you get something like that?
Internet? I mean,
The internet. You know better than trust the internet, man. That's like following
Lies.
a YouTuber and trying to get
Lies!
Next is, who is the best person dressed in the automation world?
Amber Wilborne.
Yes, absolutely, Amber.
What is the answer?
What's the answer?
Yeah, who is it?
Well, I would say that was you, but clearly based off the thumbnail in this live stream, it has to be me.
Oh, dang.
Well, everybody knows it's not me because I'm always showing up in a t-shirt and jeans. So, I mean, I knew it wasn't me.
Here's a random question. What is your favorite color?
Well, I mean, if you're colorblind, it's pink.
Well, I'm not wearing it, but yeah, it is blue. But yeah, it doesn't. Amber says it does. The blue doesn't go good with the videos, so I'm wearing a red shirt.
It's true.
And I'm a true underdog fan. Brown is definitely my favorite color.
Okay.
That's pretty cool.
What about you?
Mine's red. It's definitely red.
There you go. See,
Yeah.
I'm representing
Rep-
the best dressed person in automation today
Repping our son.
by wearing red.
That's amazing. Even my water bottle's pink, just saying.
Everything.
Next question is, what is the biggest control panel you have ever built?
Oh my goodness.
I'll let you take this one, Tim Wilborne.
So yeah, we used to our building was 12 foot by 20 foot, and we had a control panel in there that literally you had to step through the control panel to get to the other side one time. And yeah, that was incredible. It was like, okay, we learned our lesson. No more than 2 doors on a control panel. But yeah, that would be the largest. I don't remember the exact dimensions of it, but with the doors open, it was touching both walls. So
Yeah.
it had to have been. I don't even know, but it was huge.
It was huge, and I'll add to that. So this was many years ago when the business was much smaller, hence the reason it took up our whole work building. But the kids were babies, and that night it was raining hard and it was cold. We didn't have heat. We had a little box heater, didn't we?
We had to take it out because we didn't have room for it. 'cause
That's
control
right, we
panel.
didn't. So we put the kids to bed, and it was a job that we needed to finish up quickly. So we put the kids to bed. Tim and I headed down and worked until early morning hours in the rain. And I remember the rain hitting the tin roof, and it was loud. But
Yeah,
we were
because
both
there was no insulation.
no
At the time. So
insulation,
at
but
that
we
point, had no
crawled all
insulation
through
in
that
it.
control panel together and finished it up.
Well, and even at the time, I think we were still using. We had a trouble light. There was a little hook up there. We
that's
had
right.
power ran down from the house, and we had a trouble light, and that was really all the lighting we had. So,
And look where we are now.
how about you, Mary Bruce? What's the biggest control panel you built?
Biggest control panel I've ever built was probably the size of the trunk of a car, and it was really fun because we had to use the overhead crane to pick it up and get it crated up, and it was a family adventure, and I appreciated the whole experience, top to bottom.
Yeah.
All right, next question is, who represents women in automation in the best way possible?
Oh my goodness. Well, I'm the only one not a woman here, so I guess that one's more for me because, man, of course the pressure's on. Geesh.
I would say it's our.
Seriously, Michael?
Yeah.
I mean, now, all right, so I can't, yeah, if I say Amber, then Mary's going to be mad. If I say Mary, Amber's going to be mad.
We have all kinds of people to pick from.
Honestly, I'll shout out a few. You definitely got to follow Allie G.
Yeah.
She would be one. Alicia, she would be another. But this is coming from Michael, and I got to think about Michael's point of view and what he's seen. And really, I think who represents women the best, and I think are connecting with a younger audience, that'd have to be Megan with Mavens in Manufacturing.
Yes, absolutely.
What's the answer?
It is that.
It's what? I gave you 4. Which one was it?
Megan of Manufacturing.
Yeah, I mean,
Megan's a
if you're not following
Yeah.
Megan, I'll have dropped some links. I don't know if I can find them quick enough. Is anybody else fast enough to find the links, or is it a race?
No, you are Speed Racer when it comes to
Okay,
things
so
like that.
I am. Yeah,
We're
so
still thinking about it. Look, Mary and I are still thinking about it. We're like,
Should I pick up my device?
should I?
Should I?
Well, and really,
Should I?
No.
they're like, all right, was Megan really it? Why didn't I get in there?
We watched that the other night. No.
But I liked your answer. Just yes, like as a blanket. There's 4 options. I'm just gonna go ahead and say yes. That was a smart maneuver.
Oh, and she said, "Thank you so much."
Megan is on. Megan, drop your LinkedIn profile so I don't have to find it.
Do it.
Yes. Oh, hey, there is Erin in here. Erin is an awesome student that we had in this class. And hey, Mom,
Yeah.
how you doing? Say hi to Grandma Shirley, man.
Hi. All right, next question is, what does ANSI stand for?
Oh
Antsy.
my, oh yeah, ANSI.
Yeah, ANSI.
I don't know what it
Got
stands
ants
for.
in my pants.
I know every time somebody tells me I'm doing something wrong, they reference an ANSI standard.
Fancy.
American National Standards.
Institute.
Yeah, that's correct.
Woo! Mary
Standards
Bruce.
Institute.
We were all antsy earlier.
Yes, we were walking the floors, dancing. Did a little lip sync.
Amber,
performance.
exactly why do you have a microphone with you anyway?
I'm so glad you asked him.
so glad you
I'm
asked.
so glad you asked. I am going to be representing Rotary in my area next Friday at our district conference. Myself and my bestie Dorothy Kelly. Shout out to Dorothy. Thank you for asking, Tim.
And this is a what battle?
It's a lip sync battle.
A lip sync battle. Woo.
I think I will win.
I think you will. Because she's really intimidating. I get the feeling she's already told her, you better vote for me.
That's right. And my hype people are going to be my husband and my children.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good one, Michael.
He's like, yeah.
Alrighty, next one. It's another acronym, but what reminds you of the beach?
Hot dogs.
I was going to say pina coladas
Oh, that's a good.
and
But
beer.
it has
Water.
to be an electrical acronym.
Wait.
Sand
Sand.
in your butt.
It's a bad
the
time.
worst.
You're gonna have a bad time.
It's a bad time. It's just going to happen.
Waves.
Waves, like AC waves.
Oh.
Oh.
Or AC like air conditioning because we're going to be hot.
It's just in. It's hot.
Yeah,
It's just
AC
it's
stands
getting
for alternating
hot.
current, but according to Amber, it is.
Air conditioning.
Yeah, you definitely don't go anywhere without it.
Yeah.
Because it's hot.
It is.
I mean, Chris Granger did tell us to drop it like it's hot. I'm just saying.
Alrighty. Next question. What is the least convention? Sorry about that. What is the least conventional control panel?
Oh, well, I'll take that one. Gosh, Man, I almost just like started twitching. Yeah, my dad was a great mechanical designer, but man, could he forget that we needed a control panels and all types of other things. So, and really, it's not all that. I shouldn't knock him too much, but really, we were confined to a very strict footprint of where we could have it. And we ended up with really a gantry, and there was no height above it, and there was 12 inches. We had 12 inches to put a control panel, so we had a 12-inch tall, 12-inch deep, 8-foot wide control panel.
Oh, God.
And that was absolutely the most bizarre thing I have ever built. You're signaling me, Amber. And I
No,
didn't
I'm
catch the
signaling
signal.
Mary.
I got really lost in that.
I know you did.
So did you have to pull it out? Did it have a door?
Oh no! He couldn't even put freaking doors on it. It had just you slid them over. You had to remove the doors off the front of it.
Oh, wow.
It was bad. Here's the thing. It's like, oh, I need to check this connection. Well, yeah, I mean, it's it's only 12 inches, so you're trying to get the lead in there. Of course, the other one's on the far end.
Oh,
so
my
it's like,
God.
Ah!
Go
yeah.
gadget arms.
Yeah, so that was definitely the most unconventional control panel.
Do-do-do, Inspector Gadget. Do-do-do-do-do.
Oh, well, and on top of that, yeah, it was 10 foot up in the ceiling. 10 foot up on the machine. So, and it was straddling some other stuff, so it wasn't like you could put a ladder underneath it.
That's taller
I hate
than
it when you
me.
have to straddle other stuff. It's so inconvenient.
Especially 10 feet in the air.
Oh, we got Daryl
voice.
Johnson. I'm Daryl Jordan. Good to see you.
Oh,
And
Ryan
yes.
Dennis did a fist bump.
I
for the
know.
chat. Is that Snoop proper? Because that's actually who told us to drop it like it was hot.
Is that Snoop proper?
the lion within us? When Snoop Dogg changed his name to Snoop Lion for a hot moment. That's who's speaking. I
Oh,
think Snoop Dogg is in our chat. That's what I'm saying.
that would be nice. If he is in our chat, I would like to have his tracksuit from the Super Bowl.
Oh my goodness, wouldn't we all?
Alrighty. So the next question is, who has the best beard in manufacturing?
Dave Griffin. Good grief. Yeah, I could. We found out one time I could grow one, and it was really quick, really obvious, really quick. I'd have a ZZ Top beard, So even then, that's not anything like Dave Griffin's beard.
It is pretty epic.
Dave, that's another one I ought to throw in there. But yeah, check out Dave and Vlad. They have Manufacturing Hub. They do a weekly podcast, and
It's
it's
incredible.
Really cool. Yeah.
It's really worthwhile. Wealth of information. I love all their different guests, and they're really doing a great job.
Yeah.
Thanks, y'all.
Alrighty. So here is a question that I hope all of you can answer: is what is the worst food you have ever eaten while on the job?
Worst food.
Worst food. Hardee's.
I don't know if I've ever had worse food.
No, I've tried Yelp, but especially before Yelp. I would try to find somewhere local, and sometimes you hit the
It
wrong
bombs,
place.
yeah. It's like, bang.
But some of the best food. Can we go for the best food?
Oh my
mean-
gosh. Okay.
Yeah,
Uh,
I'd like that.
Yes, let's go with the best food.
yeah, because best. So actually the best experience I ever had, food-wise, was I was working in El Salvador, and they had a buffet every evening, except that weekend they were having a wedding there, and so they were like, hey, we're not going to have a buffet tonight, but if y'all will sit in the corner over there, then we're just going to let you hang out at this wedding. So really, we got to crash a wedding in El Salvador, and it was some of the best food. It was Southern Mexican, which is not the same as Southern cooking here, but it was different than what we consider Mexican. So that was the best food. Also, the best fried chicken I've ever had was BB's. It was a place in Thailand. That was the name of it, and you'd sit down at the table, and there was at least 1,000 flies on the table. And they'd reach up and they'd turn a fan on and blow all the flies out of the way, and then you were ready to eat. So that's probably the two big highlights.
What about you, Mary?
Best food so far have been cookies that were delivered to us by,
Josh.
yeah.
I got an email from Josh. Josh from Traceroute. They sold 400 boxes of cookies per Girl Scout, not per troop. My understanding that is per Girl Scout. That's like insane.
That's tremendous for those kids.
And we're still having a dispute of what happened to the cookies.
That's not true.
Is it a dispute?
Is it a dispute, or are you just kind of jaded?
I'm very
Well, I
forthcoming.
definitely did not get my share of the cookies.
We all agree with that. There's no dispute.
You're fine. So, what was that place in West Virginia? Was it Pies and Pints or Pints and Pies?
Yeah, I think Pints and Pies. That was up near Lansing, I think, West Virginia. I think that's where it was. I don't remember. For
Wherever
sure.
the-
That was good though.
Yeah, that was good. Yep, that was my favorite
Yeah.
because that was on the job.
Wow, those are interesting answers. I like the cookies. It must be very good food. Cookies, sugar, everything. So the next question would be, what does load stand for?
I know this one. I know where you got this one from. That was in one of my comments, but I'll go ahead and let Mary and Amber try first.
I mean, it can mean a lot of things. Load the laundry, load the dishwasher,
Which you need to do when you get home.
load. Take a load to the dump.
Yeah.
Load is maybe the most important acronym that you can ever know.
Do you know what it is?
Log on. No, I don't.
List of acronym definitions.
What? No,
Yes.
I reject that there's an acronym for that.
Right, for the definition of an
I'm trying
acronym.
to
Yeah.
think of who posted that, but yeah, that was somebody posted that in one of our.
LOL. Lots of love. It's a shout out to my mom, by the way. She'll
Next is, who highlights the people in manufacturing?
Ooh, I got my opinion. Anybody else got one?
I think I share it.
Okay, you go for it, Mary.
Jake Hall.
Oh,
Oh,
Jake Hall. That's an interesting.
I was
That's not
gonna
who
say-
I was thinking.
I was gonna say Chris Granger.
That one too.
Yeah. Oh man, now you got me thinking. I think it's one of those two. I do not know which one.
I'll flip it. I'll go Chris Rain, because he really does focus on the actual folks.
Yeah.
The folks
The
that make
folks
this,
of the industry,
the folks that make the spokes.
I think we're all voting for Chris Granger.
Yeah.
because he also digs in to find out what makes you the person that you are,
Yeah.
and I like that.
It's a special journey.
Yeah, and I think that's very helpful for generations coming up in the industry.
I would agree with that very astute observation, Amber.
Are
Thank
we
you,
right?
Mary.
Yeah, I mean, you are right.
There you go, Chris. You are the man.
Yeah, I think he's, shouted out all of us sitting
Yeah.
here. That's
He's a
pretty
good
cool.
person.
Yeah. Next question is, what do you like to do to relax?
What's that? Relax.
Relaxing
What does
is,
that mean?
like sleeping or just sitting down.
I like to take a nap.
I like to get locked in a small room with no lights and just have to sit there until
With your
I
thoughts?
can't. No, I want to sit there until I have no thought anymore.
Oh, he likes to meditate.
No, he wouldn't call it meditate.
No, I would call it meditating. Yeah. I mean, that's why I love our upper building where it has no lights. It's like you can go in there and really shut all your sensors off. You can't hear anything. You can't see anything. It's awesome.
Sensory deprivation is a great way to relax, for sure.
That's why I nap.
Now,
Then
Lots
I
of
got a
naps.
dream though.
I like my dreams.
But yeah, I'm still not shut down though.
if you kill your imagination, you actually don't dream as often. That's kind of what I've done.
Just kill your kill my imagination.
Real quick, in the comment section or the live chat, Patrick Smith, thanks for joining. It seems like a very cool job that you have in Poland over there. And thanks for loving the stream. We really appreciate that a lot. We also have Ford Huff in the chat. Hello, love you guys. Well, we love you for joining our stream as well. And then, of course, Chris Granger with much love. Thank you very much. So, next question is, what is the next trainer you want to build?
Oh, can I go first?
Yeah.
I would like to make a trainer that will clean my house.
That would be Aaron Prather. Go talk to him. He can help you with that.
Great. Thank you.
How about you, Mary Bruce?
The next trainer that I would like to build is something that teaches me about water levels and how to move them from one place to another. A pump station.
Interesting.
You're so studious.
I think we may put you on that project then.
Can't wait.
For me, I think we're ready to build a robot trainer. That's kind of what I'm wanting to do. I'm glad Amber's clapping because I haven't told her how much it's going to cost yet. So, but I see a lot of need for training on robots because I see people troubleshooting up to the robot and they're like, oh, it's robots. That's not my department. And really, it is the same controls. So I think that's what I want to do next. What type of trainer would you like to see, Michael?
I want to see a trainer that can cook for me.
Oh.
So you're saying you don't like my cooking?
Again, you need to check out Aaron. Do you follow Aaron?
Yes, I do.
Okay, I mean, he posts incredible stuff, but yeah, the other day there was a robot divvying out salad. There you go. You need to eat more salad anyway.
Divvying out salad?
Yes.
Awesome. Roughage.
All right, we've got some chat going on.
Yeah. William Monday saying hello.
Hi.
Hey.
We also got Dale Parker explaining how he relaxes mowing the backyard on a sunny day from the seat of my old wheel horse tractor. Let's
Very
get there,
fun.
too.
That is fun.
Yes.
Yes.
And we got John. Hi from the Permian
oil field.
there.
Wow.
John's got a good question. Any chance about videos on other PLCs? I'm going to do some collaborations with some other YouTubers is what my plan is because, I am still a firm believer that you should learn one. Why are you doing?
Because this is my listening face.
If y'all didn't realize it, we're all right here. We're looking at the same way in the same room. But yeah, I'm going to collaborate with some YouTubers because there is some need for we're integrating Siemens with Allen Bradley, with Omron, with Automation Direct, with PLC Next. So we've got to know them all. So I'm going to try to find. I won't say the largest YouTuber, but I'm going to be trying to find the best YouTuber that relays information in various different ways.
That's you. Oh.
But not in every PLC. Like I said, you can't be into everything. So John, be looking out because we are going to.
I went like this. I went.
We'll talk to somebody else about the Siemens one.
Daryl, I've had several inquiries of vision systems, and so part of my robot idea is that it would have a vision system on it, which it's going to jack the price up more. But I wasn't going to tell Amber that yet.
Amber has vision.
I have vision, and also stop hiding things from me. I find out everything. Ask
Well, I
my
haven't
son.
bought it yet. I mean, right now it's just an idea. I do have it roughed out though, and really, I hope to have that robot trainer kind of firmed up, and maybe a prototype made soon.
We'll definitely need the firmed up. So
Let's see, for Ethernet or 4 to 20 milliamp, which is easier to troubleshoot in an industrial environment? Both. So Ethernet, what's really cool if you have an Ethernet sensor and it's coming, let's say, over Ethernet IP to the control logics, is if it's not working, you get an IO light flashing. And if it is working and it has a fault, there's a fault duct. And if you go click on that fault bed, it's going to tell you exactly what's wrong. Now, 4 to 20 milliamp only has 2 wires. And really, you either have the correct signal, you have 3.2 milliamp, or you have 21 milliamp. And once you understand those three, then you can troubleshoot those pretty easy. We got lots of 4 to 20 milliamp troubleshooting videos, so check that out. All right, Michael.
analog sensors. Analog sensors.
Analog sensors.
The next question would be, what would you want to build from scratch?
Oh.
Tim?
I will go with this. Hey, also, Michael, I forgot to grab that thing out of the car. Will you grab it for me?
Yes.
So I want to build a food truck. I don't want to cook. I don't want to run a food truck. I don't want to do any of that. But I really want to build a food truck where, you see, food trucks are cool, and there's a lot of work still when they get there. So I'd love to build one where, you pull up to the spot, you hit the button, and really it transforms into everything you need with one push of a button. I just think it'd be fun.
Like a transformer? Like from the 80s?
Well, that
Like
would
Optimus Prime?
go from a robot to a car. I'm going
Oh
from
my
a car to
God,
a
we
food
could
truck.
call it Optimus Prime Rib.
Oh man, that was good.
Or Optimus Prime Cuisine. Oh!
Oh, wow.
Or, okay, it's cut.
She's got a vision.
It's happening. It's all happening.
Oh man. Well, Mary Bruce, what would you like to build from scratch?
I would like to build a fully automated house, I think.
That's surprising.
Like a house of the future.
A house of the future.
Wow.
Yeah. I do think about the Jetsons, and I think about Rosie a whole lot. We have the psycho cleaning ladies.
We do have the psycho cleaning ladies.
Yeah.
Robot vacuum cleaners, by the way.
Yes, they are small robot vacuum cleaners. But if we can just expand on that, that would be magnificent.
But we can't call them psycho. We might hurt their feelings.
That's right. Yeah.
Definitely.
And robots have feelings too. At least
do.
that's according to Aaron. I keep watching this post, and yeah, robots do have feelings.
It's good to practice that everything has feelings. It's a good practice.
Yeah, I'm glad we could make you hungry because the Optimus Prime rib is sounding good. And like with this happened in the last live stream. Remember last time? What was it? Bangers and Mash.
Oh, bangers and mash.
Now it's like, okay, we're going to prime rib next.
Now we need a prime rib. Way to go, Amber.
All right, Michael, what's up?
So next, what is the worst project you have ever been involved with?
There's so many different ways you could look at this question.
That's true because in the end, you learn something and it's of value, but it's also the worst.
They could easily be the worst project could be the best learning experience. Probably the worst project.
I have one.
Okay, go for it.
I got to participate in a project that involved a Raspberry Pi when this was really soon after I got involved in the automation industry. And it is the Wild West. There are no rules to the Raspberry Pi, and you really have to become friends with the entire Raspberry Pi forum in order to get anywhere.
You're right. And you're right. That probably was one of the worst. Recent for me, that one was because you're right. Everybody's like, well, you can make it do anything. I'm like, yeah, but okay, there's got to be some guidelines.
In any way. You can do anything in any
any
way.
way.
So there is no definitive answer. And for people that are like true, not true, 1 or 0, that's a lot.
Well, and then we got Troubleshoot. And that's where it's like, okay, we finally have this thing working. And there was a little bit of static electricity near it, and it was enough to drive it crazy. And I'm just like, okay, give me my freaking hardened IO. And
Yes. Yeah.
I just need a regular PLC.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was bad. Probably, but really the worst ones probably were the best lessons. And I will say the worst ones, in the end, the project was not defined up front. And
Yeah.
we really probably got to the end of the project and we realized that we had delivered something that was not what the customer
Not
needed.
compatible at
Now,
all.
it may have
Yeah.
been what they wanted, but it wasn't what they needed. Michael, you don't have time for drinking water, man.
Sorry, I
This
just
is your show, man.
This is your show.
I'm talking a lot. So next question is, who puts out the best videos about manufacturing processes?
Oh, wow.
Well, me.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
There's
no.
this guy, Tim. What's his? What does he do?
Now this is my son,
we
so
did,
we
okay.
can't say that I would put out the best. So he said manufacturing processes. That's got to be J. Cole.
For sure.
Oh, for sure. Love. It's like, oh my God, it is so mesmerizing and so that suits me. Like watching his videos, like that puts me in awe. I'm like, oh.
You know, and he doesn't even talk about it. You know, he just shows videos of what's happening, and you understand it. And it is mesmerizing.
It's just mesmerizing. It's
Yeah.
like, it's just, you can't, it's not like a train wreck where you can't look away. It's just like you want to keep watching it over and over again. Especially the food, when he shows like, oh, here I am talking
Hot
about
dogs.
food again. Yeah. Or like the pizza. Oh, do y'all want to hear a joke about pizza?
I'd love to.
Never mind, it's too cheesy.
Oh.
But
I didn't get the cue to laugh. Did you have a sign to tell us to laugh?
I'm sorry.
We forgot to make that card.
And laugh.
Applause.
I am dropping some profiling. So yeah, Michael, next time. Yeah,
We better have these ready.
You need to. No, this is your show. I'm telling you, you need to have these ready next time. Yeah, we're gonna be shouting out people. People are like, who are these people? So I am hunting for names here.
I learned how to make a basketball earlier today, thanks to a J-Call video. I like that they're like sped up in hyper time, so you don't have to sit through an entire 30-minute of how it's made with the background
somebody
music.
talking slow.
Yeah.
I also
Get to learn about manual.
That's what Jake Hall's featured on our videos last week. Last
Yeah, he
Wednesday's
was.
video was Jake Hall.
Sweet.
Yeah. I also remember there was this one where he was making Legos. Well, he was showing how like Legos are made. It's just so interesting how you start off with the head, you know, you print the shape on there and then you attach it and it's a print that just goes on there. Nobody's hand drawing it. And then they get packaged up and shipped to some kid's house, which is pretty cool.
Well, I think, that's the cool part about his videos is really, I think they pique interest because, all right, maybe you're not interested in how a car's made. Maybe you're not interested in, how to pick fruit. But all of a sudden it's like, oh, well, I am interested in Legos. Mm-hmm. That's right. I think, he puts out a really good variety.
I really enjoy Legos.
Yeah.
Those are like the building blocks of my childhood. So next question would be, what hobbies do you have?
What's a hobby?
What's a hobby?
So a hobby.
We raise kids. Is
we
that
raise
a hobby?
kids, run a business. Thank God for Mary Bruce.
I have a lot of hobbies.
What are they?
I'll tell you about them.
Okay.
I like to paint. I like to do block prints. I like to hate mow my yard. So shout out to the other guy that mows his yard for fun. I also like to build things. Hate mow. It's a really good way to meditate without going into a sensory deprivation tank. You just,
Or a glass case of emotions.
or a glass case of emotions.
Just mow till you're exhausted.
Yeah, you sprint basically. So if you get up enough speed, you don't really have to have a self-propelled mower.
Okay.
You just do it with rage.
Yeah.
There's what are some of your hobbies, Michael?
I think some of my hobbies is putting things together and taking them apart
Yeah.
and then putting them back together.
He's been doing that since he could walk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably before.
Oh, yeah.
I think another hobby would
That's
be
what all that pain was.
I think for me it would also be complex situations, like trying to solve situations that are very hard to solve. Let's say that you have a machine that has had problems, but now it has like a very big problem. And the problems that you had before are leading up to this problem, so you're having to fix all the other problems before you can fix the main problem. I like those kind of situations.
Very nice.
Yeah.
What about you, Tim? Hobbies?
Hobbies. I raise kids. I run a company. Yeah. Actually, I guess my hobby really, and it goes to kids. I've grown to enjoy playing games with Michael. I enjoy the conversations that we have more than anything while we play games. Because, we'll play games, and when he's not screaming at me, telling me what I'm doing wrong, we're talking about how the school week was, and what's on his mind, and so yeah. But yeah, I like building. Probably the same as Michael is. I like building things. I do like taking things apart, being curious about how they work. I'm getting a glare from Amber. I'm missing
No,
something.
I just blinked.
I want to know about Amber's hobbies.
Yeah, what are your hobbies?
I like to nap.
I just spilled water all over the computer, so hopefully it still works through the rest of the live stream.
Alrighty, so next question would be, what is the furthest, how What is the furthest distance you have had to deliver a control panel to a client?
Oh.
Thailand.
Wow. That's
Thailand
really
was,
fun.
yeah, exactly, almost opposite side of the world. That one, that was definitely Dad's way of,
Really putting you out there.
yeah, I mean, people all, oh, well, we need to be, you need to get people a safe place. Not Dad. It was like, hey, you want to, if you were going to learn to swim, you weren't going in the shallow end. It was just like pushing you into the deep end. And so really, I mean, he's like, go over there and get this thing running. And so, yeah, I flew to Thailand at 20-ish years old and started that system up. El Salvador is not the furthest, but it may have been I'd say one of my I'd say a highlight experience. That was our first international job and really first big job at TW Controls. That job we landed while Michael was being born. When I say being born, I was in the corner on the phone.
Getting glares from me.
Like an hour before Michael was born, we landed that job, and that really probably helped us.
I love how he's smiling and I'm sitting here remembering like,
in the
Stuck in a
end,
memory
if we
too.
hadn't, I mean, those are the things, and they were tough, but that's what got us through. So I do smile on that one. That was really tough, guys. I mean, I know Chris Granger just had a baby, and that maybe this is for some of the rest of you out there is, spend that time with your kid. It was also one of the toughest times because really, when Michael was 3 months old, I was working in El Salvador. I mean, and it was tough. So.
yes, it was. Hold on, let's read some chats.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
One
Let's
moment.
segue to the chat.
So first,
Well, Harry M, not to be all grown up is a great hobby to have. Yeah, Harry, I feel you.
Yeah.
I feel you. Okay.
Yeah. Hey, Vietnam, so you're right there, right near us too, yeah.
here's a great question:
Yes.
what's your favorite success story?
Personal or business?
Oh, success story.
Yeah, like you had the most favorite one that has.
What do you think of that? Do you want to go first, Amber?
I-
Or has anybody got it right off the top of their head? Can we come back to that? Because honestly, there's so many, I could ramble for the next hour on that. I'm trying to think of the one that really... I think, honestly, I would go back to El Salvador. I think that was the moment that I realized we were going to make it.
Yeah, and things got kicked.
And it was tough because really you're out there, and we had no money. You read these books about how to start a business. I never read one. We didn't have any money. We didn't have any plan. And, and you go cold calling. There was a post on LinkedIn the other day talking about how much somebody loved cold calling. I'm like, oh gosh, if I never had to make another cold call in my life, I'll be happy. But, you're calling these people and they're turning you down. And, finally it's like, okay, there is hope. I mean, and, that job happened. And then another job happened. And then, and that just kind of started that steadiness.
And those jobs were also learning opportunities because you kind of went into something that you knew. This is what frustrates me and excites me about Tim Wilborne.
Watch Big Feet, man.
He can go into a job not knowing anything about it, read on the internet, watch some videos, or he had a big, thick book that he read before he went to El Salvador and went and did the job. And I was like, that would take me years. I mean, heck, it took me 10 years to finally figure out what we do for a living.
Well, I mean, realistically, that and that's probably the cool part about El Salvador. That was a make or break moment for this company. And so the company, I had never worked with this company before. I knew one guy that had gone to work for him. That kind of was my end. And that's why I say never burn bridges. Always leave those connections open. And they're like, yeah, we're installing a high purity water system and industrial wastewater system in El Salvador. Do you think you could build a control system for that? I mean, and I was like, yeah. I mean, and I didn't even know where El Salvador was on the map when I committed to this. I mean, I kind of thought, okay, it sounds like it's probably somewhere in the southwest United States.
And you came home just dirty and ragged and suntanned and exhausted and skinny. I remember. But for me, I think, like, going back to our success stories or personal or business, I think we're in our success story now. Because we have seen what our nice, graceful. I think, this is my son is an example, our daughter's an example. I think parenting 101 is how you know you've succeeded is watching your kids grow and watching your kids just do things like Michael's been doing or what our daughter's been doing. I also think that the fact that we're trying to give back into our community and definitely get into the high schools, I think that's a huge success, or we're in the story now, and it's hopefully, we're hoping that it'll pay off in the end, because I really do believe that this trade has been missing since I graduated high school. It just kind of disappeared. That was about at the pinnacle of the time where they were taking the trade and the arts and the a whole bunch of other things out of the school system, and I think now we're just trying to get those back in so we can help those who are in high school now from 9th grade to their senior year realize that no pressure, you can take that gap year and figure out if you want to do a trade, or you can learn a trade now and you can work the trade while you go to school, not being in debt with your student loans. But
yeah,
I think we're in it.
We've got, and that's talking about the trades. We've got to make it where it doesn't mean that you failed or you haven't lived up to some expectation by not going to college.
Yeah.
You guys, if you don't know it, I did not finish college. And honestly, if you went today and told me, hey, I'm going to pay, honestly, if you told me you're going to pay me $1 million to finish my degree, it's not that I don't want to do it. I don't think I can do it. I was never college material. And I wish, and there were, by the time I was like, this just isn't working for me. Everybody's like, well, have you thought about going back to school? It's like, no, I'm not cut out for it. I'm really today, I don't think I could finish school. And it's not that I'm a failure for that. It's that, I am built differently. And I think somehow all of a sudden we decided trades were beneath college. And it's freaking, first of all, there are too many people with 4-year degrees out there making some small amount of money. And there's electricians and plumbers out there making $100,000 and getting looked down upon. Realistically, they're debt-free. They're making a 6-digit salary.
Good benefits with whatever company they go to.
And we look down on them. And that's, we've got to end that part. And, and again, I'm going to point out at the grandparents, because I think a lot of the parents even are now like, oh, yeah, I don't know what, a lot of us are like, I don't know where this went wrong, but this is bad. But the grandparents, I guarantee you, even, I don't know, all right, Mom, I know you're listening. I don't even know where anybody be at this. But if our kids decide to go to a trade school instead of go to 4 years,
we're going to support them.
Yeah, that doesn't mean that they've failed. And that's where we've got to change the mentality. We got to change the mentality of people hiring. I never forget still, I had an HR person reach out to me and said, we can't get qualified people to apply for our job. What other requirements should we add? And it's like, okay, you pigeonholed yourself already because you've said you have to have a 4-year degree to do something that doesn't require a 4-year degree. And now you want to add another requirement. How is that going to open your pool up? I'm sorry, I'm totally red.
It's pretty
he got up on that show, but I should have gave the microphone to you, Tim.
Oh my goodness, where are we at on the chat anyway?
Got a lot of people. Chris Granger's saying his child just turned 7 months.
Oh, wow, that's hard. Gosh, it seems like she was just born yesterday. Man, you're right, Chris. Time does fly. Let's see, technicians to use. Neil Parker's thought of the day for all technicians to use for custom troubleshooting is not a spectator sports.
Thank God.
It won't get fixed faster with an audience. Preach.
Yeah, you're right. Oh, well, I'm sorry you didn't know this was going on, but yeah,
It's recorded.
Here. Yeah, it is recorded.
So you'll be able to listen to it later.
That's
from what you missed.
Also, Megan's saying that she wasn't either and had forced herself to go, and now she's in 6th figured that in it.
Well,
Megan, I'm right there with you. I get it.
You
It was
know, and that's
unnecessary.
the tough part, and really we've gotten to no. There are people that need to go to college.
Yeah.
I don't want to say that college is bad, but the issue is, did we need to go to college? And were there other options that maybe you may have been more passionate about? And that's where I get it. I
It's
listen to
passion
so many
first,
people that are miserable in their jobs. And they're like, well, I can't leave because I have this debt to pay off. And it's like, okay, first of all, you can still leave your job. And trust me, you can and you should. If you are miserable, you need to find a way out.
Yeah.
All right, here I go again. I got to back down. Michael, get to the next question before
Alrighty,
before I really start blowing up on this thing.
Next question is, what is your favorite movie? Anyone?
Right now, it's The Matrix. I feel that heavily.
I've only watched the first Matrix. We should have a Matrix watch day.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
we should while we're doing monotonous tasks.
Back to back to back.
Back to back to back to back to back.
I think
We should do a Matrix. Matrix.
Matrix.
I've watched the first and the second Matrix.
Uh-huh.
That's all I've watched.
Yeah, I think I've seen part of the second one. Let's see. Right now we've been watching the Bourne movies, so right now that's fresh on my mind. Again, I'm not really good at defining my favorite of anything because I think last time I said Walk the Line, and really that's because that was one of our first dates. So it's a memory that just kind of comes up. It's probably not even about the movie.
Just about who you were with.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
There's a question in chat.
I didn't get to answer about my favorite movie.
I
wanna know.
I thought, maybe,
No.
Tell us.
Of all time,
Yes.
The Big Chill.
Yeah.
Great soundtrack.
So good.
I want to know that one.
And then after that, Almost Famous.
Yeah.
Great movie. Great
Great
soundtrack. And my most recent favorite, Bohemian Rhapsody. Great movie.
Great
Great
soundtrack.
soundtrack.
So
Yeah,
good.
you may
it's
guess.
about the soundtracks.
Like Bohemian recent. That's not a recent movie.
Yes, it is.
Oh,
Bohemian-
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, it's 2019.
Yeah.
2018.
Oh.
I don't know. I watched it on the plane. No joke. 2 times headed to Ghana because I slept half the time, and Ghana's in West Africa. And then 3 times headed back home because I couldn't sleep.
Okay. I guess I thought that was an older movie because I know I just watched it recently. I just thought I'd missed it. Interestingly.
Somebody else in the chat, how does one know they are a master at programming? And I thought, you could probably answer that quick and short.
when you can handle everything that you're getting slung at you, I guess. I'm still not a master. So
I think you've become quite the master.
I'm a master of many things, but
Master.
PLCs I still need work on.
that's
Still
all
need
right.
welcome to
That's why we got the
PLC.
PLC lab. Come on down here.
Yeah, PLC Web. We'll learn a lot in 5 days.
Well, Mary has access to it
Yeah.
365 days a year, so.
And that monster over there.
If the monster, Michael, point that direction so they know where. Oh, no,
Yeah.
the other direction, man.
That one.
Yeah.
Back there.
Yeah. Mary doesn't like that machine. Nobody likes that machine.
I have a fondness for difficult things, and that is definitely one of the most difficult things I know right
You should
now.
have mentioned that in your
Yeah, you're hot.
difficult control panel.
That is the most elaborate control panel I've ever taken part in.
Elaborate.
Well, you're right. Yeah, inside of it, that is absolutely the worst control panel I've ever built in my life. But it's just, it's designed to break, and it has over 100 different ways you can break it. So,
What else you got for us?
Okay, so now it's, just going to be questions.
having these all been
Big
questions?
questions?
Well, yeah, these are all been questions, but they've been questions, about,
Stuff.
stuff, like
Things.
boring
That's from Clueless, by the way.
acronyms.
Oh,
So
that's
next,
another great movie, Clueless. And Mean Girls. Oh, anyway, go ahead.
What is the worst traveling experience you have ever had? Ever.
I can go, but do you have one?
Not related to this industry.
Again, it's going to be back to El Salvador. What a life-changing project. Because, that was when we knew we were going to make it. But, so, we decided we needed a part. And really, El Salvador, getting parts in isn't always, especially at the time, it was not one of the most honest processes out there. So another guy stuck the part in his bag and got pulled aside in customs. And so they weren't going to do anything to us, but they were going to make us wait. And so we had to wait for an hour or so, just while they just jerked us around. Really, they jerked us around. They were looking for a bribe, and at the time, either I wasn't smart enough just to give them $20, or we weren't. I don't know, but so our ride left us. So we were. I don't even know if I actually told you this story, but so we walk out of the airport, and I mean, at the time I could speak minimal Spanish. I could. In the end, I found out I could speak enough Spanish to communicate with somebody who spoke a slight bit of English and get us where we're going. But we went back in, went to a phone, and said, "Hey, there's nobody here to pick us up." And the lady was like, "Yeah, they waited for you and you didn't show up." I'm like, "Well, can you send them back?" I'm like, "No, we can't send them back." Here, and she gave me the address of where we need to go, and like, "We hope you make it here alive." And I was like, "Man, I hope that was a translation issue and not." But in the end, El Salvador at the time was the most dangerous country in the world that was not at war. So.
And they shot guns at night.
Well, that was arguable, but yeah, I do know exactly what the underside of my bed looked like from that experience.
Right. Wow.
But yeah, so we did manage to make it there, and really though, you're just you're riding a car of a cab, and it's like, okay, well, either we're gonna figure out where this hotel is, or this is gonna be one of those movies where somebody gets abducted and either we're killed or.
Somebody borrowed your kidneys.
Yeah, wake up in
gonna sell these on the
alive.
market. Thanks. What's your worst experience
Of traveling? Mm-hmm. I think that probably, I think I'm gonna have to say that loading really anything into a car is difficult. I had the awesome opportunity to, ill-advised, have someone drive a forklift and put something into my vehicle. That was pretty fun. A Honda Element will hold a pallet perfectly. And if you trust the forklift operator, they can just put a pallet directly into your vehicle. It's not a very good story, but that is one. One of a story.
It could be a bad story if they tore that vehicle up.
Could have been awful to tear up a 20-year-old car that is hanging on by hopes and dreams.
It looks good, though. I mean,
It looks great. It's doing great. It still rolls. We're doing fine.
Luckily, knock on wood, I haven't really had a terrible travel experience. I mean, anything before Google Maps is terrible.
Yeah.
I lost all sense of direction when Google Maps really took off.
Yeah.
Before that, I think I could have made it, maybe somewhere. Now,
I think there was one time where you and I were on a stretch of road. He was just a baby, and there were no gas stations, and we were on fumes, like trying to get there. So, but no.
Oh man,
We got some
Lord
good
Huff's
stuff.
talking about that prime rib again, man. You're gonna make our stomachs growl here. I don't know, man. We may have to hit
Frankie
prime rib.
Rollins.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Really?
Yeah.
Is
Okay.
it
Are they open for
IE?
lunch?
Frankie, IE, right?
Yes.
Rollins or
Rollins.
Rollins.
And I love this negotiation of tuition reimbursement with my last two companies. You are correct. If you don't ask, the answer is always no. Thanks, Ray.
Yeah, and that goes for even training. And I upset a lot of people who want to come here because they're like, "Hey, I need this training." I'm like, "Okay, have you talked to your employer about it?" "No, my employer won't send me." And I'm like, "Have you asked your employer if they will send you?" And the answer is always no. I'm like, "You're going to go talk to your employer, and then if they say no, we'll talk about it." But I'll say 50% of the time they come back and say, "You're right." They're going to pay. One, they're going to pay for your class. They're also going to pay for my travel, and they're going to pay for my hotel. I mean, because it's not cheap even to come here.
Continuing education is an investment in your employees that never ends.
I'm sorry, I'm having a shocking moment. John Bryan, cheap info. Average age of a plumbing contractor license in Oklahoma is 67.
Whoa.
Yeah. Hey, Megan, are you still here? What's the title of your
Oh yeah.
your presentation coming up. The silver tsunami is coming.
Silver
What are you going to
tsunami.
do about it? Something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah, I mean, and here's the thing. We don't need to be worried about it. We need to see the opportunity. I mean, right now, if Michael would get into any of those positions, he'd be set for life. This
For
is not
life.
a bad situation. This
Be a
is
plumber, be a
opportunity.
welder, be an electrician, be a carpenter. Be all of them.
Yeah.
You will never not work. You will always find a job. It's so desperately needed.
Yeah.
She said yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean it is. I mean, Megan, yeah, you go ahead and drop a link to that too. Anybody up near? Okay, my mind went blank. Not automate. Megan, go ahead and drop a link to the event.
Very
Brain
excited about it.
out.
Yeah,
Hurt
obviously, yeah.
out.
We've got to work on that part of being able to drop links. It's just like, hey, is anybody in the chat that can drop that?
Brain, ouchie.
All right.
All right.
Well, moving on. The next question would be, what is the best work site that you have ever been to?
I think West Virginia. That was beautiful. Smelly,
Yeah.
but beautiful.
Yeah, that is.
You put me on the spot.
yeah, Megan, no pressure there. Hey, yeah, Megan, don't you have a new? No, I'm coming right back. Don't you have a new venture? Why don't you go and post about that too while you're at it?
You get a whole
Shout out.
we
Yeah,
appreciate
no
it.
shameless shout outs. Go ahead, shoot it out there. My favorite job site, what was the question?
The best job site that
best
you've
job
ever
site.
been to.
Let's see. Well, that one is definitely a pretty job site, especially in the spring or the fall.
Yes.
Because it was really an outdoor adventure place. So it was really cool. But that was not jumping out at me really as the best.
Let me read her response because the chat won't show up in our recording.
Okay.
Presentation, attracting the next generation workforce. The gray wave is upon us. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
Oh, I should have used my microphone. Oh my God.
You know, for me, I think the one that I enjoyed the most was on the Chesapeake Bay, mainly because the food was extremely good.
Yeah.
And again, it's one of those that I was at the right time, one of the most beautiful seasons. That's probably it. It's the time of year that I happened to do the job. It was just perfect.
Chesapeake Bay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Did you
that
ever
was
get
pretty.
that ship unstuck?
Do what?
They had another shipping.
I think it's still stuck. The
Still
cargo
I
ship.
hadn't heard about that
Yeah.
one.
What was your favorite job site?
I've really enjoyed. I've gotten to go to a couple of plants, and I've enjoyed looking at the different plants in person. There's a cable company around here that I enjoyed seeing. They've got these huge spools that spin around at an unbelievable RPM, and it's just flinging heavy stuff around, and they've just got these cages around it. I found it profound. There was another mill that I went to that was deafeningly loud,
Yes.
full of natural light. It's just the most interesting thing about going into those places is to see the layout design and how they've narrowed down on all of their processes.
Very true.
So best would be all of it. That's the answer.
All the things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alrighty. So for the last question, what is the worst smell you have ever encountered on a job?
That's a good question.
I will start.
Okay.
Wastewater systems.
That's the smell of money. What's wrong with that?
Eventually you even get used to it, and it's like,
I mean, even, I remember, I complain about the smell of, a tire manufacturer. That's what my dad
yeah.
would always tell me. That's a smell of money. I smell wastewater and I smell money. All of a sudden it's like, ooh, there's a job around here. Especially if it doesn't smell right. Because then I'm like,
I thought he was going to smell ripe.
well, it is a ripe smell. I mean, wastewater running properly does not have a bad smell. So when it smells bad, it's like, oh, there's opportunity. Let me go figure out who the operator
Smells
is
like
of
a problem.
this system. So, man, worst smell. There was a chemical plant, and honestly, it wasn't the smell, but yeah, in the end, it was the smell. I was at a chemical place, and all of a sudden I'm looking around at this. I mean, there's water standing everywhere, and it's 90 degrees. And all of a sudden you realize there's not a fly around, there's not a mosquito around, there's not a bird around, there's not a cricket around. I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to die. I got to get out of this place. And I finished that job up and I never went back to it.
Yeah.
But I guess if I smell that smell now, I do, all of a sudden, it just brings back memories of that, of realizing, oh man, this place is an environmental disaster. I've got to get out of here.
Nothing survives here.
Yeah.
That's those are interesting stories. What about you, Mary?
Worst smell? I'm gonna have to go with tire factories. Probably the worst smell I can think of.
Do you know what my favorite smell is?
I'd love to.
Welding dust. I love the smell of welding.
The swarth?
I love the swarth. I do, because I grew up with it, so it's like...
It is a nice aroma.
It is.
I like sawdust. I like the smell of sawdust. I don't know why.
It makes
Makes
me
me
sneeze.
It's just a smell.
I agree.
Whenever it's like, oh man, we got to cut wood. I'm like, Mary, do you want to go cut the wood?
I'll go cut the wood.
Or
We'll buy
you
you
can go
lunch.
home and you can shower.
To immediately eradicate the wood from
Yes.
skin.
That's all the questions you have?
Yeah, those are all the questions I have. But if anybody quickly wants to put a question in the chat that will be nice and short, that would be great.
Yeah.
Gotta have content.
Gotta have content, yeah. And the question I would have, what have you thought about this, of just us kind of having open-ended questions and kind of discussing it?
I'm enjoying
Well, not
it.
you. Nobody cares about what you think. I'm asking the people in the chat.
Favorite vacation?
Yeah.
Yeah, what's your favorite vacation?
What is that?
That involves relaxing. See earlier conversation on
I
relaxing.
will have to say, and all due to Rotary International, it'd have to be Ghana, West Africa.
Okay.
There's so much beauty in that country and in so much chaos, but finding the beauty. And I took a picture years ago in 2015, maybe it was 2016. Anyway, moving on. There's a market in Sunyani, which is the central location, and it's a big city, and it had rained so fabulously hard that we had to go up to higher ground in a building that was barely standing on stilts or whatever, and the rain stopped and the sun was going down and the sky was pink and purple, and it was highlighting over all the like beat up cars because nothing's new there, and it was just the most beautiful scene I've ever seen. So I think that's but
very good
vacation,
story.
what's that?
Oh, yeah. Well, no, one did come to mind, and actually and here's the part about, traveling and doing on-site work, because it always looks fun. You get to see a new place. And, I just used that job at the Chesapeake as an example of something I liked. Well, it was also another one of those tough jobs, because I was there long enough that I was really missing Amber and the kids. And so I arranged for them to go to Virginia Beach, or maybe, I don't know, some beach.
Yeah, it was Virginia.
No, you don't remember this one, man, because just
'Cause you were
hold
like-
on, boy. No.
Which one was it?
All right, neither of y'all remember this, so why don't you just chill and let me tell my story. So, but I arranged them to go to the beach, and so I met them that weekend, and I was exhausted. I mean, literally, because I drive her crazy because I can't sit still, but I was ready to sit still at the beach. And all Michael wanted me to do was run with him along the beach. And that's a memory that I do remember. And you just sitting there, run with me, Daddy, run with me. Good grief, you ran forever. And I'm like, man, I'm beat up and need to rest. But yes, we just kept running up and down the beach.
That's really nice.
I think we've got some questions in the chat.
Okay, you go, Mary Bruce.
Well, I don't have the ability to scroll, but I do see one that's about looking at a job in a maintenance opening at a bakery, and that does seem like that would have a lot of good smells.
Oh, man.
I would be fat.
I love being fat. It's the best.
I would eat everything.
Well,
Yeah.
so one place here, they didn't cook cakes. they put icing on cakes.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, oh, I can't. And I finally told her, I can't help you here. I mean, I'm like drooling.
I can't even concentrate. I can't work in these conditions.
Yeah,
I'm gonna eat all the
this is
icing.
impossible conditions. Because one, I've never seen a cake ice so fast in my life.
Like, I would be like, it'd be like Willy Wonka in the Chocolate Factory. I'd be under there like this.
Unhinge your jaw.
Yeah. Just put it on.
Yeah.
The main maintenance technician for the chocolate fountain. Gold Corral. They always call me.
I have to taste test every hour on the hour.
Yeah, hey, I dream sometimes of, going and shutting my phone off, but then I think about the week after. I think at last count of cumulatively in a week, I can peg 2,000 emails in a week, and it's like
Bobby Cole, I will go in a
Bobby,
heartbeat.
what's
That red light, that hot and ready light will be on all the time. Okay.
No, I can't do the Krispy Kreme, Bobby.
Oh.
I had to cut it off because I used to love to go to the Krispy Kreme. Man, that hot light's on, man. It's like I got to stop and get a dozen donuts. And no, can't do it.
Oh my God. Oh, I want a donut so bad right now. Oh.
So after this, we will be having prime rib, and then for dessert, we are going to stop and get donuts.
Or a big cake and just scrape the icing off of it.
I really don't like the cake. I really
I
just,
just like the icing. That's why I make small cakes, lots of icing for birthdays.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Let's see. What does that say? Oh yeah. Yeah. That's you're right. I mean, I've got to. I really, in the end, I'd rather have my phone on and just know that I can deal with that next week. But so, guys, what do you think of this format, though? Because really, we were kind of thinking, doing this occasionally. And honestly, this was starting out as Jeopardy. But then, we lost our Jeopardy board in this. Although Amber had a board she was going to use, she hasn't even used it.
I did at the beginning.
Yeah, we ended up, we realized we needed the big screen for watching chat, and we were like, well, crap. So I think, though, this probably hopefully brought up some questions. Michael, you did a great job of hosting this.
I really enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah. And really, my next thought was, do we want to do Wheel of Fortune, Automation Wheel of Fortune? What do you think, guys? Would that be a good one?
Yeah, the answer to anything with Wheel of Fortune is a yes.
Yes, Wheel of Fortune is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I would like to buy some vows.
And a consonant.
What type of vows?
Wedding vows.
Wedding vows.
Remember when you asked Wendell?
Oh, maybe we'll have to have Wendell host that one.
Thank you for all the positive feedback.
Yep. But guys, this has been great. We, as usual, are over. This is supposed to be an hour, and we are at an hour and 12 minutes. But we will see you next time. If you don't remember, we do host once a month. We have a live stream. And if you go, Amber, throw up your sign. If you go to twcontrols.com/live, then you can see our next podcast.
Goodbye.